Hello guys, welcome back to pretty much the last week of the year. Nearly there. Well, actually, we have next week, but a lot of people are already stopping work. But we're here and we will be here until forever. All right. So we won't be looking to stop at this week. So we may stop next week because there is public holidays in Australia, but I will let everyone know. But for this week, we're going to be having webinars on Tuesday and Thursday. Wednesday, we won't have webinar because I have some meetings here at ACY that I have to attend, and I won't be able to be at two places at the same time, as I would love to, but unfortunately I can't. Now, we're gonna have lots of things to talk in this video, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up on this video, get some popcorn, get some notebook, and let's get to the point. All right, volatility is somewhat fading away, momentum of the market is somewhat fading away as well. We've seen euro dollar barely bouncing back. Bitcoin on new highs. We saw US dollar at itself, the DXY, the index, being really aggressive towards upward movement after the ECB gave us the speech on last Thursday, if I'm not wrong. It was Thursday for us here in Australia. But still not much changes for this month, okay? We do have the FOMC, the Fed, expected to cut 25 basis point. 98 or 97% of the market is already expecting a cut from the Fed this week on the 18th. So 2 days to go. 18th of December is when we're going to be having the meeting from FOMC. That's going to be really important to the market in overall because it's pretty much one of the last, if I'm not wrong, one of the last meetings of central bank in the whole December. So the whole 2024 comes to a closure with FOMC because ECB has been done, BOE has been done, BOC, S&B, and I most likely think that the FOMC will be one of the last ones, if not very close to the last ones, but of course one of the most important to shape already the next first quarter. With what we got from ECB, I can already see some sort of continuation of bearish moves. So this pullback on euro dollar was pretty good for continuing to short the market, in my honest opinion. And I will definitely be looking to continue to short market. I think there's a good exposure to the downside. We can carry those trades on. Definitely because of what Lagarde has been saying, but as well what I'm expecting the Jerome Powell to be saying, maintaining a neutral to dovish perspective. It's just at somewhat very different monetary policies from ECB. ECB is trying to cut the rates to stimulate the economy. The Fed is trying to cut the rates to control inflation. So there are two distinct reasons. Because inflation on Europe is somewhat under control. Inflation on USA is not 100% under control, so still doubt of will the Fed continue to be able to maintain inflation and bring the inflation down. So that's two different things to be happening. Now, on Australia and New Zealand, it's completely different as well. I think Australian dollar will be losing value for next year. Mainly because I think investors don't have the big confidence of investing in Australia as they had on, let's say, 2023 or first quarter of 2024 to first half of 2024. Lost a lot of confidence because RBA was saying that it was under control and they could maintain the rates, and projections were saying that they would be looking to cut into 2024. They didn't, so that somewhat brings confidence down to investors. As well as inflation continue to be grinding in Australia, very sticky inflation. Consumers is still spending, and that's one of the points that is very tricky for an economy, because when we have the consumer continue to spend on a high inflation environmental, that means that the consumer is actually being able to persist the inflation. And to the central bank to control the spend of the population down, they will probably have to hike the interest rates again, because when we have a high inflation, that makes things expensive, but feels like people don't care here. You know, I was, as I said a few weeks ago, I was on the Black Friday, and then this 2 weeks ago on Christmas shopping, and then this Saturday on Christmas shoppings as well. It's all, the shoppings are full. Plus, we have Boxing Day as well after the 25th, that is in Australia. Plus, we do have people already not even working anymore and going outside of Australia. So, you know, airplane tickets, hotels, all of those things, yes, they generate inflation. So it is on the consumer price index basket. So there is definitely a lot of things to be looking at in Australia. I think there is a deterioration of the currency coming for 2025, especially first quarter and second quarter. Not too sure about third and fourth quarter. Maybe they start to cut the rates, but different from New Zealand. So New Zealand, there is some sort of strength around that, but still not that strong, okay? Japan, it's another topic as well, very discussed on the trading floor at the moment, because we're looking at, there is a big problem with Japan. They want high inflation, they want high rates, but the population, the household population, they can't stand higher rates, because the whole ecosystem, the whole economy has been designed to be neutral to negative rates. So that means when someone takes a loan on Japan, they are liable for their own debts. So they have to pay their own debts. The bank don't have any problem with that because there's no rates, right? So imagine now if they have a rate, they have to change the whole monetary policy being running for decades and decades, 100 years already, okay? So that's definitely a big problem. Of course, it would make the currency very, very strong. And I mean really strong if they continue to hike to a positive interest rates monetary policy. But let's see how this is going to unfold into the next year. For this week, guys, please pay attention into FMC. I think it's one of the most important things we should be looking at. Don't forget that tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m. we're going to be having the webinar, and Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. we're going to be having the webinar as well. And then it's Christmas already next week, so everyone enjoy with family, go buy some gifts, take some profit from the trading you've made this week, or sorry, this year, and go buy some gifts to your family. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great week ahead, and I see you tomorrow on the webinar, or I see you in the next video. See you guys. Bye-bye.